Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Fred, and I record videos of video games and I post it on YouTube. And this is just a little series I'm going to start doing. We're playing a game called Aura Kingdom right now, and Aura Kingdom is a MMORPG, which is anime, fantasy based graphics. And what I decided to do was make a road to 75 series, mainly because 75 is the highest level on Aura Kingdom right now. And I thought, why not make a series where I work all the way from 1 to 75, showing you guys every little thing that I do within the game. And what you're watching currently right now is the kind of tutorial of Aura Kingdom. It's what you go to directly once your character is created. And it's a little interesting of a tutorial because, as you can already tell, the game's theme is kind of dark and eerie, kind of mysterious, you may also say. So it's in the beginning you don't really know if it's a flashback or if you're in the future or where you exactly are. But right now we're playing a class called a battle bow, and it's the same as an archer, just different name. And currently, Aura Kingdom has been out for a few months since the open beta. They had a closed beta, and now it's an open beta, which is out to the public. And so far, I like the game pretty well. I haven't really found anything that I don't really enjoy about the game. So that's really good. And, you know, what we're doing right now is with the battle bow, what you're going to want to try to do is, if you haven't noticed, I kind of was kiting some monsters. And since battle bow is a little squishy in Aura Kingdom, especially in the beginning, depending on how you build them, you're going to want to, kind of build them to where you're going to want speed and evasion. Not so much crit, actually, because when you get into the higher levels, crit is actually not as important, considering it doesn't do as much damage because you don't spark as much crit on higher level monsters. So your damage is going to be more important. But in the early stages, you want to build crit and speed mostly as your attack. And I would just stack up on either defense or HP, probably more defense. And then once you get about 60 plus, you can restat for about 15 gold and go all the way to HP. So what I like about Aura Kingdom is it's a pretty unique MMORPG in multiple ways. Obviously, it has the storyline background which you follow, and you have the ability to either follow it or not. Whether you just like playing the game or you actually like following the story and learning more about the game. Um, in this series, I'm probably not going to be reading the story too much. Mostly just going to be commentaries about gameplay and what's going to be going on through each gameplay episode. But back to why I like Aura Kingdom is it has a nice feature I'd like to mention is it has a secondary class feature. And in this feature, you at level 40, you're allowed to pick a secondary class or what they call a secondary weapon. And what this is you get to be sort of kind of like you get some skills from that class. So, for example, I'm a battle bow currently, and when I reach level 40, I'll have the opportunity to pick from any of the other classes. They don't limit you on any of your opportunities, so literally you can choose any other class. Now, I wouldn't recommend you choosing any other class just because usually there are some, you know, classes that go together better than others. And most classes, if you put them together, they offer combo skills, which are very helpful. If you don't know what a combo skill is, it's where you use attack strategies from each class. So if I'm a battle bow and I were to choose for, say, a bard, I'm not sure if they have combo skills or not together, but let's just say they do. So maybe I shoot like an arrow, spin around, shoot another arrow, and then maybe do a healing spell, and that would be my combo skill. It involves both classes. And you want to choose wisely for your secondary weapon or secondary class, as you may say, because it really gives an impact on your gameplay. Because archers are squishy, in Aura Kingdom, like most MMOs, ranged characters are usually squishy. So you may want to go for either a Guardian or Bard. I know quite a few people that go Bard just for the healing. Sorry, excuse me. I had a Wendy's Frosty earlier, and oh, that hit the spot. But really getting me in digestion mode right now. So, like I was saying, a lot of battle bows that I've met throughout the game usually choose a Bard to go as their secondary class because, throughout the game, up to level 40, they realize that they're highly squishy and that they needed to do something about it. So they're, start to think, okay, well, I'm going to be a bard. And that's usually what, influences them to go bard. But I have seen, battle bow wizard combos, battle bow sorcerer combos. I've seen quite a few combos with battle bow. But you don't have to be a battle bow. I just chose battle bow just because I kind of like being a ranged character, and for this series, I thought why not be one of the highest DPSs in the game? Maybe we can show off some of the damage that we can do with this class. So currently right now, we actually just got out of the tutorial, and before that you saw a cutscene that I let go through just to show maybe like a little storyline. You could have been reading that while I was talking. But right now, we're actually in the game, Aura Kingdom. You're in your first town, which is a port, and here you just kind of learn the basics. You first off have to deliver some jam to some people, and I'm unsure why you have to deliver some jam. But sorry for the lag ahead of time. I have a few lag spikes in this episode due to I believe my dad's downstairs watching some YouTube videos of the Green Bay Packers or something like that. So please pardon some of the random lag spikes. I promise they won't be in any of the other videos. But here you're just delivering some jam, and that's actually your first quest. It's called a sticky situation. You're just walking around delivering jam to people, and it's kind of an interesting first quest. Usually you have to go talk to some really important individual, but here you're just delivering jam. And so yeah, you talk back to this girl Sheila. She's kind of giving you a rundown on the place. I kind of skipped through just because I'm not much of a reader. Um, I'm sorry if you do want to know the storyline, but maybe later on I'll do a storyline type series where I actually go through the whole storyline and elaborate on what's going on. But for this series, we're just going to be trying to get to level 75 as quick as possible. So another part I liked about Aura Kingdom, besides the secondary class feature, is they have these eidolons. And what an eidolon is, you may be saying, is an eidolon is the best thing I can compare it to maybe is a pet. It's a pet, but they're also like a warrior guardian. And what they do is they fight beside you, and they have, some eidolons are better at tanking, while other eidolons are better at offensive skills. Some are better at other things. So you really have to make sure you know what eidolon you're picking for your class to benefit you the most. For example, I know the one I currently have, which I haven't earned yet. You earn it level 8 or 10, I'm not sure, sorry, is Mira Lee. And what she does is she's a healer. And it's a starting eidolon, but it really helps me because since I'm an archer, or a battle bow, as an Aura Kingdom is called, I'm highly squishy. So a healer would benefit me when I'm doing solos or just, killing various monsters around the area. I'll have that heal. But there's a various number of eidolons in the game at the moment. I'm almost positive they're going to add more in the future, but currently there's quite a few. The only downside is it's a little tricky to get eidolons. Um, they're a little hard to get because the process you have to go to this temple and you have to just kind of get lucky to get enough fragments, and you also have to have 10 fragments, I believe, to create a key. You need a few other things, and then once you get that, you're able to create an eidolon. So eidolons are pretty cool, in my opinion. It's kind of brings an asset to the game that I haven't really seen in another MMO that I've played. The only thing that I may be able to compare to Aura Kingdom right now is Eden Eternal. Eden Eternal kind of has a secondary class setup, but I don't know. I prefer Aura Kingdom over Eden Eternal, so just my personal preference. Please don't take it in any bad way. So let's see. Something else I want to talk about is the gameplay. If you played any other MMORPGs, um, you don't really get bored in this one because you don't get bored, in my opinion, because it's a quest MMORPG, and I'll elaborate on that. What I mean by that is you pretty much just go through your entire main quest series as you level. So it's extremely easy to level in Aura Kingdom. Now, if you played other MMORPGs, I promise you're probably familiar with the term grinding and grinding down, through dungeons and grinding the levels because you've run out of quests. Well, in Aura Kingdom, you don't really run out of quests. The only time I believe you run out of quests is 49 to 50, and you just have to grind a few instances, which are dungeons on Aura Kingdom, and you'll be good to go. But that's the only time that I've encountered to actually have to somewhat grind in Aura Kingdom. But for the most part, it is a very good quest MMORPG. So for anyone out there who doesn't enjoy, grinding, they find it very boring, very tiresome. They don't, like spending that much time continuously on the game. You'll be doing the majority of your time questing. And I'm sorry if you don't like quest, but that's pretty much what the game is. So let me just say real quick, right here, this is where you're going to pick your things. You have damage, crit, and speed up top, and below you have HP, defense, and heal. And right there is the envoy path. You're able to select certain things you want. Right now I'm choosing crit just to go for the very beginning so we can get a little bit of crit. Obviously for a battle bow you'd want to choose crit, speed, evasion, and attack speed as your four main going out on the envoy path. On the envoy path, oh gosh, voice. Oh, been talking too much today. But later on I'll speak a little bit more about envoy paths and how they work, and I'll go in a little more in depth about how to build an envoy path. And as we get further into the game, I will show you my envoy path and my masteries and everything like that, so you have an idea of how I'm building my character for the series. So currently we just got knocked out by that guy that was helping us, and now we have to talk to this guy Cal. And in this episode it's pretty weird because you actually get knocked out twice. We get knocked out one more time towards the end of this video. Spoiler alert, sorry, we get knocked out again. And it's a little weird, they just, out of nowhere knock you out, and that's it. You have nothing to do about it, and you end up in another spot. So right now, we're killing a floppy-eared antelope, and they're a bit strange because antelopes usually aren't in MMORPGs and anything like that. Alright guys, sorry about that. My mom came in to interrupt me. She had to tell me something very important, that my underwear was out of the dryer and it's currently available for me to put back in my dresser drawers. So that was a very good memo from my mom, so please pardon the interruption. So back to what I was saying. We're killing some strange animals right now, and I'd like to say Aura Kingdom actually has a wide variety of animals that are quite weird. Like right now, like I said, we're facing a floppy-eared antelope. Now, I've seen an antelope, but I don't believe they look like that, or they have floppy ears. But hey, just kind of it gives like a creative kind of fantasy look to the game. And, I like it. So, this is going to be kind of wrapping up part 1 or episode 1 of the Road to 75 series. Right now we're just collecting some mushrooms, and after this I believe we go back to talk to Cal, and then we'll be wrapping up this episode. But be on the lookout for episode 2, since episodes will be posted almost daily. I say almost because I may have homework or a larger workload that day. So I'll try to post as many episodes as I can. And also right here, this is where we get knocked out the second time. Our guy just apparently drinks random things that we get handed, and we get a little tipsy. And just remember, don't drink random things people hand to you, especially when their name is Cal and they look like this guy. So I think that'll wrap up this video. I'll see you guys next time. Like I said before, my name's Fred. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, maybe a comment, or even subscribe if you like more content from me. I'll catch you guys later and see you in the next episode.